would be a terrible, terrible astronaut. I mean, wearing the spacesuit just for the movie, I was like exhausted. It's so heavy and cumbersome. I was the person being like, get me out of here. Like, meanwhile, I'm just like a pampered actor who doesn't have to actually go to space, and I'm like complaining. So silly.
I really would like to talk first about your Stowaway, Canada's own Shamir Anderson.
Yes.
Yes, he's been acting for a decade, but he's the newest to the industry of the four of you. So what was it like working with Shamir?
You're exactly right. I think there have been a couple of times where I've talked about how Shamir is like new. We've all been at it for forever, and then, you know, the first time that, you know, anybody notices, suddenly like we just started. So, you know, I hate to be like accidentally doing that, because he showed up and he's so professional, so committed, that obviously this is, you know, something he's absolutely incredibly skilled at and born to do. And it was so much fun working with him, and especially like he's playing such a serious character, and the stakes of the movie are so like intense, and he was just so funny off set. Like he was just a joy to work with. I'm so excited for him to just absolutely take off.
And of course, we have to talk about Toni Collette and Danielle Graham. The dynamic was like so great between all of you. So what was it like with them?
All of us are just in awe of Toni. You know, she's like one of the greatest actresses of this generation. She's just incredible. There was a scene that we were shooting early where it's me and Danielle and Toni, and it's like this very intense scene. And I turned to Danielle after the first take and I was like, were you acting at all? Because I honestly was just like watching Toni Collette. Like, I was just like, oh my God, Toni Collette's acting right in front of me. Like, I forgot to do my job at all. And Danielle was like, I was doing the same thing. I just couldn't believe I was like watching her act in person. And I totally like, we were like, please don't use that take. We were really not paying attention.
When looking at the whole experience, I mean, you're so accomplished and you're so talented, but what would you say you took away from Stowaway?
You know, Toni, like, she likes to like completely memorize like the week before. And so we would run lines like for a scene that we were going to shoot in a week, like she would want to run them the week before. And my brain just like can't hold information for that long. So I was like, definitely just because, you know, she's, you know, kind of the most like senior person on set, and she's playing the captain, so it's one of those life imitating art things where it's like you want to follow her lead. When she left set, I just like went back to getting memorized a couple days in advance, and I was like, yeah, it just works for me. But it's like really fun to like see what other people do and like how they get prepared. And actually, like, Shamir was like, he's like the king of preparation. He like blacked out his whole dressing room and like poked holes in it so it would be like the stars. And yeah, so he was like fully immersed. And I think it's always just so fun to work with such an incredible caliber of actors that I got to work with in this group, and just see like all the different ways that they get to, you know, the thing that they end up putting on screen.
I love that. Quickly, I wanted to ask you, the internet and Amanda Seyfried are trying to make Wicked happen. And it seems like everybody wants you to be the lead. John Chu is directing. What say you about this Wicked situation?
It's funny, because I sort of found this out in a similar way. Like, someone said to me, you know, Amanda Seyfried said this about you, which I thought was so nice, because I met her years ago and she said this to me. She was like, oh, wouldn't that be fun? And I was like, you know, you just assume like people are being nice, I guess. So I thought it was like so sweet that like all these years later she was saying it to like other people. So she's like such an angel. What a sweetheart.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure speaking to you, and thank you for using your platform to amplify voices. Really, really respect that. Thank you.
Thanks, man.